Hey everyone, this is David here with PocketLint. Now, if you're looking to improve the speed and the range of your Wi-Fi at home, then you could be interested in this. This is the Devolo Mesh Wi-Fi 2 Whole Home Kit, and it makes some pretty bold claims about being able to cure your Wi-Fi. I mean, it says it there in bright red across the front of the box. It also says that this is the fastest tri-band system of its class. It's the optimum solution for the best Wi-Fi coverage. It's plug and play, comes with a 3-year manufacturer's warranty, and is developed in Germany, which should tell you something about the quality of the engineering in here, and are all things that you do want to hear after spending your hard-earned £299 on it. Now that price is for 3 units, so it should cover quite a large house, but there is a starter kit available for £199 where you get 2 units, and you can easily add more units if you need to. For this video, I have the whole home kit, and inside the box you'll find just an Ethernet cable and 3 separate plugs to dot around your house. This system uses the existing power cables in your property to connect the access points together. This gives each Wi-Fi point a physical connection to your router and therefore extends the range. It is a clever way of taking your Wi-Fi and distributing it from different points around your house, so you've always got a good signal. Walls and ceilings will not slow down your Wi-Fi anymore. I've mentioned already that it features plug and play, which is kind of what you would expect from a product which is literally a plug. But it is possible to set this up by just using the very easy to follow instruction booklet included in the box. But I would recommend downloading the Devolo Home Network app for iOS and Android from the Apple Play stores to help you get set up properly, but also to give you the tools to monitor and manage the network. So let's go through the setup process. Plug in and switch on 2 of the main units in the places that you have a poor signal, or wherever you want the access points to be. They will automatically start pairing and give you 3 minutes to plug in the final unit. Install the last one into a plug socket near your router, so you can connect the 2 together with the supplied Ethernet cable. Then just wait a few minutes until both lights on all of the units are solid white. At this point, you'll notice that a new wireless network will be available to you. Mine was called Devolo 721. The next step will be to copy the network name and password from your original Wi-Fi network to your Devolo network. Once you do this, all of your devices that have remembered your home network will automatically connect to the new system, and the Devolo network will have merged with your original. You then need to turn off the Wi-Fi function on your modem to allow the mesh system to work best. On some modems, this can be done with the push of a button, which is physically on the device, but there is no button on my Virgin Media box, so this meant I had to go into the modem settings, accessible via a web browser. For my particular modem, I had to type 192.168.0.1 followed by my settings password, which can be found somewhere written on the modem itself. From there, go to Wi-Fi settings and switch off both the 2.4 and 5G bands. But when you do this, make sure that the computer you use is connected to a modem via an Ethernet cable and not Wi-Fi. Because you're actually switching off Wi-Fi, if you have any problems, you won't have a connection to make any changes, so you've got to be plugged in. Once you've switched off the Wi-Fi on your modem, you should find that your original Wi-Fi network is still available. If it's working despite you having switched off Wi-Fi, then it's working just fine. But was it worth the effort? I get pretty good speeds with my Virgin Media package, about 300 megabits per second if I'm standing near the router. But that speed drops off really quickly the further you get from it. If I just go to the other side of the room, for example, I get about 120 megabits per second. And by the time I get into the kitchen, I can just about get a signal. There is also a back room at the end of the kitchen which leads into the garden, where the signal, of course, is pretty much non-existent. If you're not happy with where you've placed the units, then it is easy to just move them around. Once the system is set up, you can move the units around without any penalty, so you won't have to do any reset of the system if you decide that you want to put one of the plugs upstairs, for example. It will just reconnect automatically. And it is definitely worth experimenting in putting them in different places around the house to find the best coverage. When I first set these up, I placed one by the router, obviously, and another one right at the other side of the room, under my desk. And then another one right at the back of the house, in that room beyond the kitchen that has no signal. In this configuration, I found I was getting good coverage throughout the house and even in the garden. However, because I plugged in the third one so far away from the router, the speeds were not overly impressive, running around about 60 to 70 megabits per second. Moving this unit upstairs and to the back of the house gave me much better speeds and coverage all round, as the other 2 units are more than capable of covering the entirety of the downstairs. So now I'm getting around about 200 megabits per second, pretty much wherever I am in the house. And at the other side of the front room where I was getting 120 before, I'm getting around about 250. This is still while being connected to the main unit, so it just goes to show how much stronger the signal is compared to the Virgin router.
Everywhere is now covered in my house, including all of the garden,
where I'm looking at about 70 megabits per second right at the bottom of the garden, but 250 closer to the house.
Overall, this product has done exactly what it says on the tin and has cured my weak Wi-Fi. I've tried products like this before, but I have to say that this is the neatest solution that I've seen. Copying the details from your Wi-Fi and leaving you with just one network to connect to without having to choose new passwords or anything is great. It's also good to have the extra physical Wi-Fi access points around the house as well. At £300, yes, it is fairly pricey, but you are getting a quality product that will give you very good Wi-Fi speeds throughout your property and without any fuss. It definitely comes recommended.
And that was the Devolo Wi-Fi Mesh 2 Whole Home Kit. I hope you found it useful or enjoyable, and if you did, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.